En este video, Katie Hopkins, presentadora de radio y figura de los medios británicos, comparte sus opiniones sobre la libertad de expresión ante la Cambridge Union, una prestigiosa sociedad de debate estudiantil vinculada a la University of Cambridge. Mira el video completo y dime qué opinas de las preguntas del público y de la manera en que responde con humor y agudeza.
Two constabularies rocked up at my house because I committed the crime online of calling myself a spaz. I had to go to a police station and be interviewed under caution by two members of CID for 2 hours. And there is a line which I'm very much hoping to get the tape to release to all of you that says, do you not realise how offensive it is to call yourself a spaz? That is the reality of this country right now. And this seems to be something that has passed you by, Teddy Weddy. I do not know where you have been. But I assume it's been under a rock or a chair or something. You need to open your eyes and open your ears, my friend, and learn how to say harassment. But regardless, it is not just that I am being locked up. You hear that I am banned from Australia, again for speech. I was imported into the country during the time of lockdown in order to perform like a monkey on television. And I encouraged the Australian people to rise up against the tyranny of lockdown, and for that, I was deported from the country. So I popped up in Arizona and had tattooed on my arse the stamp from my passport that says deported. I was removed from South Africa, as you know, for causing offence, speech again. And I ask you, this House surely must believe two things. Firstly, that offence is a feeling. It is a feel, you feel offended. Let me ask you, Teddy, and your cohorts of delicate flowers. What other feelings would you like to be policed? Would you like us to police the feelings of love? Would you like us to police lust, which I know you probably feel for me, Teddy? It's inevitable in this suit.
Order, please.
Would you like us to police hate? What other feelings? What if you felt a bit sad in the morning? Would you like us to police that? I mean, we could police the fact that I think you're being fucking ignorant by being on your phone right now, or you preparing your speech. Why not prepare in advance of the occasion that you turn up to speak at? That's what I'm asking you. It is feelings you're trying to police. Secondly, one moment and I'll come back to you. Stay there.
La libertad de expresión pierde valor cuando solo protege opiniones populares. Una sociedad sana debe tolerar la crítica, incluso cuando desafía ideas dominantes o incomoda a ciertos sectores políticos.
Not only is it feelings, but you must agree that offence is not given. I do not give offence. You choose to take it, and you need to make better choices. And I ask you, how will we measure this offence? How will we measure? Mr. President, do you have a ruler in your pocket?
I do not.
What will we use to measure offence with? What is the metric, my friends, for this offence? And if we could measure offence, how shall we judge how much is too much? How much is too little? Should we find the most offended person in here? The weakest little wallflower, where are you? Who is the weakest in this whole chamber right now? Is it the man that wouldn't read my CV? I don't know. Should we ask the weakest little wallflower, what is too much offence? What will be too much for you? Do you feel sad? Have I offended you? Oh, we mustn't allow that to happen now, must we? I wonder to myself, if we go for the weakest person, what would Darwin have to say about that? And some of you come out here pre-programmed with your offence. Some of you were offended by me before I even opened my mouth. Some of you are offended by my outfit. And I have to say, I choose to dress as Nazi Elvis. It is how I like to go about the place.
Nadie puede controlar todo lo que se dice. Cada persona decide qué le ofende. Una sociedad libre exige tolerancia incluso hacia ideas que no nos agradan.
Yes.
I think the police were interested a little bit more in your statements that Muslims needed a final solution. I understand you're a humorous drunk at the moment, and I'm going to offend you by saying that. But your statements are beyond just causing frivolous offence, aren't they? They're to mask an extremely nefarious and actually violent agenda.
to mask, say that again, they're to mask an extremely nefarious and violent agenda. Would you say calling myself a spaz is a violent agenda? Pardon? What did you say?
I said you called for a final solution against Muslims.
That's not true either. I called for a final solution to Islamist terror in this country. And there are things that you might not want to hear, but those things are absolutely true. So why not refute the point? Why not go to the point instead of just asking people to apologise? Apologising doesn't deal with the facts of the matter, and it's never the facts that people go to. Yes?
Since you were talking about your right to offend,
Yes.
would it be okay with you if I could use my right to offend you?
Of course, go for it.
I have to say...
Could you do less hand wiggling and do the talking?
What did you say, Miss Bigger Snob in England?
Okay.
Ahora observa esta parte y dime qué opinas de cómo tomó lo que dijo el hombre acerca de ella. Asimismo, si te gusta este contenido, suscríbete al canal y dale like al video. Continuemos.
So,
Okay.
no.
Order, please. Order. Order. Thank you. If we can let the speaker continue.
I don't think that went so well for you. But I encourage points of order from the floor, and I don't want to humiliate you further than you've already humiliated yourself. So I think it's important that I move on. So if we were to measure offence, and then we find someone, the weakest person, to measure how much is permissible, some of you come pre-programmed with your offence already written into you. Someone in here, some pro-Palestine, pro-LGBTQ, pro-bisexual, queer, curious ally with a nut allergy is pre-programmed, and probably freaking gluten-free as well, is pre-programmed to be offended. Why are we not raising people strong? Why are we not challenging people and offending them to build them strong? When I went through the Royal Military Academy, Sandhurst, the point is that your sinews are tested and made strong by being tested. And the reason that people are offended, in truth, is because you touch upon something that hurts them. And it hurts them because when we don't know ourselves well, we can be offended because we are not strong enough. I urge you, good young people of the Cambridge Union, do allow yourself to be offended. Do know yourself, because when you know yourself, you can rise above it. And I urge you to let your life be full of all the feelings, all the dirty lot of it, including the ability to feel what it's like to be offended.
La libertad de expresión no existe para proteger palabras cómodas ni opiniones que todos aprueban. Su verdadero propósito es proteger precisamente aquello que incomoda, lo que contradice, lo que cuestiona y lo que desafía la visión dominante del momento. Porque si una idea solo puede existir mientras nadie la critique, entonces no es una idea fuerte, es una idea sostenida por presión social. Uno de los problemas de nuestra época es que demasiadas personas han confundido desacuerdo con agresión. Creen que escuchar una opinión contraria es una forma de daño, cuando en realidad es una parte inevitable de vivir en una sociedad plural. Madurar en una democracia implica entender que no todo debe acomodarse a nuestra sensibilidad personal. El hecho de que algo ofenda no lo convierte automáticamente en falso, inmoral o censurable. También es preocupante cómo ciertos sectores intentan sustituir el debate por el castigo social. En lugar de responder con argumentos, buscan silenciar, desacreditar o expulsar del espacio público a quienes cuestionan determinadas posturas. Pero cuando una ideología necesita censura para sobrevivir, demuestra debilidad, no fortaleza. Las ideas sólidas no temen el escrutinio, lo enfrentan. Una sociedad verdaderamente libre no se mide por cómo trata las opiniones populares, sino por cómo trata a quienes se atreven a disentir. Defender la libertad de expresión significa aceptar que otras personas dirán cosas que no nos gustan, que nos parecen equivocadas o incluso ofensivas. Esa es precisamente la prueba del principio, porque el día que la libertad de expresión solo proteja lo que resulta cómodo, ya no será libertad de expresión, será permiso condicionado. Y la historia ha demostrado repetidamente que cuando el permiso para hablar depende de la aprobación ideológica del momento, la libertad desaparece mucho más rápido de lo que la gente imagina.